JUDY will mark FORSYTH, SYNOPSIS, S11, E3, taking their shot. As a new day begins on Oak Island in the Money Pit area, the team is drilling new borehole D5N, 24.528 foot east of the garden shaft. They are continuing their search for the tunnel they believe is there along with the source of the precious metals found in this area. The team is waiting for Dumas Mining to obtain the permits needed to dig deeper in the garden shaft down to 98 feet. Their aims are to see if there is treasure at the bottom of the shaft and to intercept the tunnel. Over in the war room, the team is meeting to get the C14 test results of the wood found in borehole D5N, 26.5 found last week. Craig reads there is signs of precious metals in the wood and the dates are 55%, 1735-1804, 24.7%, 1656-1684, and 15.2%, 1929-1950. Charles points out that the 55% dates corresponds with the time they believe the Duc d'Anville may have buried treasure on Oak Island. Marty says, the wood is not from searchers' tunnels, as it predates the finding of the money pit in 1795. Rick points out that the artifacts found on Lot 5 also test to these dates. They will continue the search on Lot 5 for more artifacts and go after the tunnel under the garden shaft. At the money pit, a core from 68 foot down comes up from hole D5N, 24.5 and shows, Terry says, unusually soft till and indicates a tunnel. They are 25 feet above their target depth. Meanwhile on Lot 5, Gary and Rick are metal detecting in the spoils from the circular structure. Rick digs up, Gary says, is an old military shot from the 1700s. It will be tested. Next, Rick digs up what Helen believes to be the sight off of a gun. Gary agrees it is off of a gun. They take it right to Emma for testing. The following morning, the team meets in the war room with the Dumas Mining Company, via video, concerning the permits needed to deepen the garden shaft and to drill sideways into any tunnels found. Dumas reports that all requests have been sent to the Nova Scotia government and they expect the permits to be issued by month's end, enabling them to be on site early this summer. Back on Lot 5, the archaeologists are digging in the deep walled structure found around large tree roots last year. Helen believes that artifacts were buried here in the past to be hidden for safekeeping. This was often done in this time period of the 1700s. Fiona, while sifting, finds what Helen believes to be a small piece of creamware pottery from the 1700s. It will be tested. Later that afternoon, the team is in the interpretive center getting test results of the metal piece found earlier on Lot 5. Led says, it is a ramrod guide used to push musket balls into the gun and is from the 1600s to 1800s. They put it in the CT scanner and it shows Roman numerals VII on the right side, similar to those found in Smith's Cove years before. Laird says this could be a regiment number and wonders if this artifact connects to Smith's Cove in any way. As Gary sets out to find the rest of the ramrod on Lot 5, Emma will do more research on the artifact. Back at the money pit, a core comes up from hole D5N, 24.5 that holds two sections of a beam that when Terry measures it is 7.5 foot high. Rick arrives and points out the beam was cut with an adze, making it very old. Alex reminds them that the Templar tunnels in Italy were also 7 foot tall and that there had to have been a large shaft put down here in order to build this size of a tunnel. Rick asks them to get Paul to bring down the 120 high-definition camera to take a look down the borehole. A short time later, Steve drops the camera down and at 7.5 meters down they find black murky water, obviously stirred up by the drilling. They decide to follow the tunnel by drilling another borehole at the 27-foot line, then examine the area in between the two holes. The show ends with Rick wondering why would anyone go to this much work? Why would they need a 7-foot tunnel? Will they find the answers next week? With the arrival of the Dumas team. Join us next week, Questers, to get the lowdown, and in the meantime stay safe please.